The Delhi Red Fort blast, a tragedy that shook the capital, leaving 8 dead, more than 20 injured. What investigators are now uncovering is even more chilling. The latest arrest, Dr. Parvez Ansari, had resigned from Integral University a week ago. Dr. Ansari is being probed in connection with the Faridabad terror module. And earlier in the day, joint raids were conducted by the Jammu and Kashmir Police and the UP ATS at the residence of Dr. Parvez. Before him, it was Dr. Sajjad Ahmad, remember, from Pulwama, a qualified MBBS. He is now in custody for suspected links to the terror module. He is the fourth doctor detained, joining a growing list of medical professionals under the scanner for this terror ecosystem. From Kashmir to Faridabad, Lucknow to Delhi, the investigation is uncovering an organized network of doctors. Let's just break this down for you. Among those being questioned, Dr. Omar Nabi from Pulwama, linked to the car used in the blast. Dr. Adil from Anantnag, connected to an AK-47 rifle recovered. In fact, Dr. Muzammil, who worked in Faridabad and has association with another doctor, Dr. Shaheen from Lucknow. Dr. Shaheen's name, in fact, has sent shockwaves through intelligence circles. Investigators believing she played a central role in recruiting for Jamaat-ul-Mominat, the women's wing of the Jaish-e-Mohammed. This network is reportedly run by Sadia Azhar, sister of the Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar and wife of Yusuf Azhar, who is one of the masterminds of the 1999 Kandahar hijacking. At the heart of it all lies Al Falah University in Faridabad, a place of learning now under the police lens. Investigators have found that 3 Kashmiri doctors, Muzammil Shakil, Umar Mohammad, as well as Shaheen, have links to the university. For investigators, this is not just another terror cell. It marks a huge shift in the strategy, where ideology hides behind education, it seems, and radicalization wears a white coat. The doctors who are trained to save lives are accused of taking away lives. As the investigation continues to unfold, each new name revealing a deeper rot. Let's go straight across now to our correspondent Idris Lone, who's been tracking those developments very closely. Idris, what more are you picking up at this point regarding the latest that has emerged?
Well, we've just got to know from South Kashmir, there's been one more person who has been picked up by Jammu and Kashmir police. We saw during the whole day more than half a dozen people were picked up by J&K police who were related to either the doctors who have been involved into the Faridabad terror bust and also the Red Fort attack. The first arrest that took place in the Kashmir Valley was in the morning at around 7 o'clock in the morning. 2 people, Amir and Umar, who were supposed to be the buyers of the I-20 car. Their names had propped up, and Jammu and Kashmir police had picked both the brothers, and they're still in custody, investigation going on. After that, we got to know that a doctor, the main person who has been actually at the helm of everything is Dr. Umar, whose picture propped up exactly after the Red Fort attack. The CCTV footage and the grabs that came after that, the security agencies started to correlate those pictures with him. And after that, what we saw was on the ground, his house was raided, where his both brothers were taken into custody. His mother was also taken to the hospital for DNA sampling. And later on in the day at around 2 o'clock, his father was taken into custody as well. Jammu and Kashmir police has been investigating thoroughly the whole Faridabad terror bust as well as the Red Fort attack that has been taken place last evening. After that, just 2 hours after that, it seems that a new name was given to the security agencies by the people who were arrested. Dr. Sajjad Malla, who was from Pulwama as well, associated with the same Faridabad hospital, Al Falah Institute, where he was a surgeon. And he's in custody as well. We've been told that he's being questioned by Jammu and Kashmir police, and just 2 days ago, he got married in his own village. While as the arrests continue, Jammu and Kashmir police is trying hard to make sure that the whole network that was involved in storing so much of arms and ammunition, along with 2,900 kgs of explosives, and that explosive was not found in Jammu and Kashmir but was taken to Faridabad, very
All
close
right.
to the national capital. So that is one of the biggest worries, where they got all that material from. And now we've also seen the government colleges have put out a circular that everyone who has a locker in government medical colleges needs to put in their own names on top of those lockers, and if at all there is no name in the locker, that will be taken out from the government medical college facilities.
Right. Those are the fresh details that have emerged at this point. At the same time, a string of unanswered questions. Stay with me. Idris, let's also play out for our viewers this report that our correspondent Nikita Singh has sent us from outside the campus of Al Falah in Faridabad. Take a look.
Now, this is the rented accommodation from where the police and security agencies recovered explosive material. Okay, now, of course, this place is empty now, but this is where, for months under Muzammil's possession, 360 kgs of ammonium nitrate was kept, along with ammunitions and timers and about 83 cartridges. The police raided this place and recovered the explosive material along with the ammunitions. And it was here for months under Muzammil's possession.
All right, let's also piece together for you what the Delhi police have been getting together as far as the details in the blast are concerned vis-a-vis the route that was taken. The entire 11-hour journey of that Hyundai i20 car that exploded near the Red Fort metro station. And before we talk about Monday's 11-hour trail, let's just take you a few days earlier to the blast. On your screen is the footage of a white Hyundai i20, the same car that would later explode near Delhi's Red Fort. The footage is from the 29th of October, to be precise. The vehicle was spotted in Haryana at a pollution control station around 4:20 p.m. that day. Fast forward to the day of the blast. CCTV footage showing the car leaving Faridabad around 7:30 in the morning. It was first captured outside Asian Hospital. At 8:13 a.m., it crosses the Badarpur toll plaza and enters Delhi. Minutes later, at 8:20 a.m. to be precise, it is seen near a petrol pump in the Okhla industrial area. We are mapping it all down for you. At 3:19 p.m. IST, the car enters the Red Fort parking complex, where it stays parked for nearly 3 hours. It exits at 6:22 p.m. and just 24 minutes later, at 6:52 p.m., the car explodes, turning into a fireball near the Red Fort. CCTV footage from earlier in the day showing the car coming out of the parking lot minutes before it exploded, barely half a kilometer away. The footage showing only one person in the car, but the probing agencies are yet to confirm the identity of the car driver. Sources saying that this could be Dr. Umar, the same man that Jammu and Kashmir police has been on the lookout for. In fact, the police also probing whether Red Fort was the intended target or if the attacker had another location in mind, since the car was reportedly moving slowly before the explosion. Earlier this week, a joint operation by Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana police led to the recovery of 360 kilograms of explosives and ammunition from Faridabad and the arrest of 2 individuals. From the Faridabad terror module to the Red Fort explosion, investigative agencies are now working together to actually piece together the entire chain of events. Going straight across now to our correspondent Siddhant Sibbal, who's been monitoring those developments very closely. Siddhant, what are you gathering as far as the investigations are concerned? Where do things stand right now?
Well, I'm standing at the location where the blast happened. It's been 24 hours, and all throughout the day, we have been receiving reports of the investigation, but also the high-level meeting that has been chaired by the Indian Home Minister. When it comes to investigation, now the authorities believe that the bomber suspect was attempting to flee and was panicking in the aftermath of the investigating agencies able to burst the Faridabad terror module, and in the panic the blast happened. There is no crater and also no shrapnels as well, which is typically seen in Fidain attacks. It was a slow moving car when the explosion happened. In fact, I'll show you the exact situation on the ground. The place you can see which is being covered by white sheets is the place where the attack, the blast happened, and it's being investigated. A short while ago we saw the evidences being taken away, perhaps a large piece of the vehicle in which the explosion took place, for further investigation.
All right, stay with me, Siddhant, as we've been talking about the details that have emerged so far and what is known so far. There's also the aspect of what is not known so far. So that brings us to the string of unanswered questions at this point. It's been over 24 hours since that explosion in the national capital. And as those investigations continue and we piece together those developments for you at this point, there are several questions hanging in the air. As far as the terror module that was busted is concerned, was the Delhi blast linked to the module? If yes, to what extent? Did the car bomber escape after the Faridabad bust? Did the explosion go as planned? Or was it premature? Also, what happened to the bomber? What's the status? Did the bomber die in the car itself or escaped? Who were the others seen in the car on the 29th of October? We just told you about what is known about the route taken. The car with the bomber was parked for over 3 hours in the parking lot, like we just said. Why is that? What was happening during that duration? How exactly was the blast carried out? Also, did the agencies miss the plot after the Faridabad and Saharanpur bust? That's the immediate question also surfacing. And as the interrogation of the arrested overground workers continues, agencies believe that all remaining links of that module will be uncovered soon. And as we continue to keep a close eye on the latest emerging and monitor those inputs trickling in, let's go straight across now to our correspondents who have been tracking those developments very closely. Coming to you first, Idris, you were telling us about the latest arrest. Let's just piece together for our viewers what is known about that terror module so far and to what extent the Jammu and Kashmir police has been in touch with the investigation agencies in Delhi and what you're picking up on that front. And the very fact that we're talking about these doctors being a part of this network, which is a huge cause of concern.
Well, absolutely. It has been quite Jammu and Kashmir is so many doctors would have been involved in one such terror module. If we go from the beginning, it all started with one of the poster gangs, it was called. There were people who were involved in putting up posters of Jaish-e-Mohammed in Srinagar city. That's where the investigation started, and that is where police pinpointed on Dr. Adil Rathar. And from Srinagar, they left for Saharanpur, where they got to know that he's living at the moment, and then they arrested him. After his arrest, the whole Faridabad network of the terrorists was busted by the Jammu and Kashmir police, Haryana police, as well as the UP police. It was a joint operation of these three states wherein they zeroed in on one person, Dr. Muzammil, who was taken into custody as well. And later on, he was the one who revealed that there is arms and ammunition along with 2,900 kgs of explosives stored at different places. During the investigation, that all was recovered. After that, after the interrogation of these people and 5 more arrests in the poster gang that was active in Srinagar, when those were arrested as well, they gave the name of Dr. Umar, who's been absconding since then. And since yesterday, we saw the CCTV grab wherein security forces are trying to correlate whether the man who was driving the I-20 car was Dr. Umar, who was absconding in the Faridabad terror module. And since then, we've seen his whole family, which includes two of his brothers, his father, and mother were picked up by Jammu and Kashmir police for investigation. His mother, especially for the DNA sampling, because the investigative agencies want to correlate the DNA of the person who was inside the I-20 car when it blasted. On the other hand, what we are seeing on the ground also is that there are many people now being picked up from different parts of South Kashmir. There were two brothers early in the morning who were also picked up because they were the owners of the I-20 car at one point of time, because it had changed many handles since it was sold by the first owner of the car. After that, what we've seen on the ground that few family members of those doctors who have been arrested have also been called for investigation, but most of them were let go. But some of the family members still in custody and being investigated. One of the main concerns which the security agencies are right now concerned about is the role of Dr. Umar, whether he was there present at the time of the attack outside the Red Fort, whether he was driving the car, or whether he died or he managed to escape from the spot.
Right, stay with me, Idris. Going back across now to Siddhant Sibal, who I believe has further updates for us. Siddhant, also, we just discussed the aspect of Al Falah University and being under the scanner. What are you gathering on that front? Also, the key unanswered questions, like we just talked about, to what extent, if at all, is there a link between the Delhi blast and this terror module that was busted?
Well, picking up the pieces was something that was happening all throughout the day, a day after the blast in Delhi, right in the heart of Delhi, in front of the Red Fort, in front of Chandni Chowk, and coming on the day when the authorities were able to burst the Faridabad module linked to that university which you mentioned. Now, when it comes to terming this blast as an act of terrorism or a terror attack, we haven't seen that happening so far. We haven't seen usage of that specific word. But the Delhi police was probing the case in its entirety under the anti-terror UAPA law. Also, the case has been handed over to the NIA. The forensic teams are taking evidences. We saw those visuals, the evidences being taken away short while ago as well. It could take some days before a definite answer comes, but it is for sure that what the authorities believe is that the link between the Faridabad terror module being bursted and this blast happening was simple. That one of the suspect, the bomber, got panicked. He, in an attempt to make sure that the explosives are thrown somewhere or disposed of, was trying to take it somewhere, and the explosion happened. Now, there are, of course, other follow-up questions as well, that what was his next step, why was he using this particular route? So that is something that we need to wait before answers come. I do believe that tomorrow there will be more investigation and more outcomes.
Yes. And we will be keeping a close eye on those updates trickling in. Thanks very much, Idris and Siddhant, for now. Now, agencies across India are trying to piece together the clues to try and unravel that plot behind that Red Fort blast. Questions being raised. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.